The name of this video is I'm fed up with human science. I'm fed up with the scientists. They're totally ignorant and oblivious to what real artificial gravity is. Barely beginning to comprehend anti-gravity. But they're still thinking of the atoms as particles. This is wrong. They're waves. They're organized waveforms. Anyway, take this little fellow, for example. Those bones in the ground have DNA in them that they are not aware yet is dinosaur DNA. It's broken up. All you gotta do is compare the fragments to lizard DNA and bird DNA, and bingo, you can make a larger section of dinosaur DNA and recognize it. There's no bacterial DNA, or almost none at all, inside the bones buried down there in the ground, like in Montana, because the ground is full. It's saturated with thorium, which is radioactive, which kills off the bacterial activity around the bones over certain periods of time. I mean, it's going to die. They're not going to be able to survive unless they are extremophiles. I mean, you got to notice this bacteria around there inside these bones. You can't prove it to me. So there's still dinosaur DNA in his bones in the ground. As far as artificial gravity is concerned, you haven't begun using your brains yet, have you? Wernher von Braun is wrong. You don't need a toroidal platform in space. What you need is a spaceship that's got concentrated gravitic mass under the nadir. Yeah, it's something about the size of a small asteroid, a few miles in diameter or kilometers. This way, that way, and depth-wise, containing concentrated atmospheres and fuels in the core, just beneath your nadir. That's going to give you a slight gravitational pull, and you complement it, you augment it with electromagnetism, because you've got iron in your blood. It pulls the blood down from your face down to your midriff and knees and feet. It keeps you from getting glaucoma, because you're pulling on the iron in your blood with the electromagnetic field. It also helps hold you down. It augments the artificial gravity from the mass underneath your feet, underneath the nadir. See, I'm fed up with this stuff. They're speculating on these toroidal platforms in orbit around Earth to hold people down. You forgot about the Coriolis effect, didn't you? And you're going to get dizzy. You're going to make a misstep. You're going to fall on your ass or on your face. In some people's case, there's no difference. Eggheads are stupid. And as far as Mars is concerned, what you need, instead of blocking the radiation from the sun, or, outside the orbit of its moons, or whatever you're talking about, you need a toroidal Alcubierre coil sunk deep into the mantle of Mars at the North Pole. That's all you need to pull on the iron in the core of the planet, of Mars, which is liquid. The liquids separate, and then they fall down to the core, and it weakens the electromagnetic field, and it dies off. What you need to do is pull it back up. That's all you need, and put some deflector screens, around Mars, using a radionic deflector that has two different frequencies. It's like imagine a sine wave. You get the deep valleys, and you get the other frequency. It fills the valleys, so it blocks the radiation, just like we do on Earth, because of TV transmitters, radio transmitters, assists Earth's natural processes in blocking radiation from the sun, which is from our electromagnetic field. But you just got to combine these concepts for a Martian refurbishing of its old electromagnetic fields. It already has one in the southern hemisphere. You don't need to do much about that. You just need to work on the northern hemisphere. So there you go. I'm fed up with these human scientists on Earth who should be smart. They think they're smarter than me because they're really better at math. Well, the thing is, my autism interferes with my learning process. I haven't messed with it in ages. I used to smoke pot. That's why I didn't do good in math when I was in high school. Not because I'm stupid. My autism gets in the way, and the marijuana made it impossible until I got dried out. So there you go. I'm fed up with these eggheads. They need to get their act together. So that's all I wanted to say. Over and out, folks. Yeah, this is the final video. Goodbye.